Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Software Inc. episode number, I think this is episode number 5 or 6. And in this one, our goal is to begin developing our new software product. I was thinking about it, and I don't think we need to wait any longer. Technically, we'll probably run short on the money that we have. I've essentially hired too many people for the sales numbers that we're producing now. So our income is down to basically nothing with the sales, and our salaries between the three individuals you see here is around 18,000, and we certainly don't expect to get this product out before a year. So that means that we're gonna have to do a rash of contracts during unfortunately it'll be like during our development, unless we can start picking up. I'm just going to be looking for any kind of bad 0% type things like this. I don't think we'll be able to get this one out before the end of the day, but it's something to keep our individuals busy until their leader, their fearless leader, Tortuga, comes back. And then after that, it's just going to be, oh, okay. So, yeah, we were talking about, what was her name? Whatever her name was. One of my employees is getting pretty frequently stressed already, which is not good. Okay, I need a 1. There it is. Yeah, so we're gonna have to watch out for that, unfortunately. And I talked about the possibly dividing her into her own cubicle, and one of the comments was that that may not even help. It's a good comment, thank you. So we'll just kind of do a little bit of an experiment, really. We'll see, does it help when you are able to, oh, we're heading for bankruptcy. Yes, thanks for telling me. So we'll ask ourselves if it helps if she's in her own little office space, or this is going to be tricky. Got it. I don't even know what that number is. So that the UI could be a little bit better here. You know what? We're good enough. We can start working on our next thing. Yeah. So we're losing what? This is going to be a good moment for us to take stock of the situation. Overall, our net profit last month was 4,000, which is mostly due to contract work. You can see without the contract work, we would be about negative 18,000. Negative 18,000, not going to last us a whole lot of time, considering we have only banked up about, well, in that case, about 3 months worth of money. And we're not going to be able to produce anything. So we'll have to do a lot of contract work. So on one hand, you could say that perhaps I've hired too quickly. Oh, Noreen. So you can see her effectiveness is at 0% because of stress. Now, I'm not sure, and let's pay very close attention here, how her effectiveness goes back up. Her stress level, she's at home relaxing. I mean, I assume asleep at 4 a.m. Let's see what her stress level returns to after she comes back to work. Excuse me. In the meantime, I'll just start typing away because nothing else for us to be doing. We'll probably have to take on another contract today. Maybe we'll bank up. I mean, this is just too many people to be working on purely contracts only. We could definitely get by. We'll be making, if we do 2 contracts a day, we should be making more than we're losing. But really, this company is waiting for the big breakthrough, right? We need our software, big software release, which will take us into the millions. So that's really what we want to work on. And you can even kind of do this trick where you can hire and fire based on the people you have, based on the project that you're doing right now. So we're way over on this. Let me promote that. We'll probably have to start working on another contract, but let's actually start working on our new software program. So let's kind of take a look at things. So when she came back in, it looks like her stress level was pretty relieved. From dealing with these people, quote unquote, these people, it looks like that she's going to get very stressed again very quickly. And I don't really have a solution for that. We'll try putting her into her own office, because that's the way I eventually will run things anyway. But maybe it might be a little premature. Anyways, let's get to the other thing that I want to do, which is we want to develop some CMS software. Right now, our office software, despite the fact that let's just check out real fast if it's still the only office software. Shelf Suite. Yeah, I mean, there's only 3 products out there. This one is really old, so we know for sure that this one is not supported on the new operating systems. This is bot OS 6 or 4, sorry. Publish 6, bought OS 4. This is Tiger OS 3, and see, we're the only company to support Lionface X4 and bot OS 5. This one's supporting bot OS 4, but if we go to operating systems, nobody is using bot OS 4 anymore. Okay, 51,000 people compared to 2.2 million people on bot OS 5, and Lionface X4. It still boggles my mind that why people... our company reputation isn't particularly high, so we'll have to work on that a bit. But other than that, it's a little fascinating to me. Oh, we don't have a bookshelf in this main room. I don't really know how much bookshelves help, but if they happen to help at all, we might as well have one. So we'll put a bookcase there. And back to work. So next contract, oh yeah, well, this is going to be done very quickly. That's good, but let's start developing our new software, which, like I said, was going to be CMS under financial. And if we look at the competitors in this field, Bank 8, this is probably the one we have to compare ourselves with. They only have these four features, the very basics. So I've now replicated their features. Let's see what the second most used has, which has, a good 200,000. The exact same features. So these guys are all operating on just having these four features. And you can see the expected interest in this is actually already 100%, even before we add something like a GUI. So you know what? This will take less than a year. It'll get us into this market. We'll be competing with people. Technically, we'll have as much as they have. How much is adding a GUI going to cost us? Well, it still says less than a year, and it's programmers that we'll need. So I have an idea for how to take care of this situation. Really, we could have done this. We can kind of think of ourselves as not just hiring permanent employees as much as contracting them. We'll be hiring and firing basically pretty quickly. Now that has the downside that every time you hire employees, you have to do this costly look, but the amount of money we're spending to actually look at them, which is going to be $2,000 per, is going to be much less than the salaries that we're actually paying them. So it's going to be worth it to just swap people in and out, I think. Which means that as soon as Noreen, our designer here, is done with her part of the project, we'll probably boot her off. Especially because she's a stressed personality. She doesn't seem to fit in well with the group right now. Okay, so we'll go ahead and make that GUI because it doesn't really take that long. It looks like that we'll be okay to do that, and we'll cut the price a little bit to $135. As always, getting our reputation up there first is more important. We do need to choose a 2D editor, which is going to cost a licensing fee. And there's not really a choice here. One of them is great, the other is mediocre. This one has been released newer, Photoscape 5 versus 4. So we'll be using Photoscape 5, which means that there will be a licensing fee of $2,500 for us to be able to make our own product, which we'll pay up front. Okay. Well, I don't think there's anything else we need to add. I prefer to keep this less than a year, so I don't really want to add either of these. Plus, we're already innovating on top of the competition. So we'll go ahead and accept this. And we haven't picked a name, of course. I'm just going to choose a counting tool because it has that kind of play on words, accounting tool, but it's really a counting tool. Anyway, it's a reasonable enough name for me to remember what product this is. It's definitely a financial tool. We will start marketing. Same old, max budget to everything. And it will be nice if they update that system because it just means that marketing is so cut and dry right now. You just choose all the options, max budget, and go. And then you just make sure you have a marketer. It would be so much better if they had a little bit of complexity involved there. Like whether or not you want to go to TV. I don't know how you would build it in. It seems like it would be kind of fun to program how the different marketing things will impact you. If you're a small company, TV just doesn't make sense, right? So we're a small company, TV really does not make sense, especially for you. It should even be dependent on the category that you're researching. TV just almost doesn't make any sense at all unless you're advertising on like one of the business channels, which is conceivable, for something like accounting tool. So that's just not gonna, most of the people watching TV are not interested in that, so you'd be wasting money. But anyways, let's try to push on here. We will release this. Now, I want to make sure that people are doing their design, their roles. So she is a designer. We want her to be doing her design role. Janine is really good, and she is not getting stressed, which I really like. So I'd like to keep her around. I'm going to make sure that we ourselves are also doing design work and not marketing. And you know what? I know that doesn't really make sense. Actually, I'm going to leave this person on any role. Sorry, this person, Janine, is going to be on any role because I'm not even sure if you put a bad designer on a project, yeah, she's a bad designer. So really, our ideal state for her is just not to do anything at all, because bad designing, it says she's currently designing though, that's not good, but bad designing can actually slow down the production of a product. But that's okay, we'll just have to deal with it. As long as Tortuga and Noreen are working on it, her effectiveness is dropping as her stress increases. Yeah. Okay, she's pooping. Great to know. I don't know why. It could just say using restroom or something, but okay, that's another design decision that they've decided to go with. So, I guess we can do these boxes while we're waiting, but we're gonna have to worry about running out of money pretty soon. Might as well. There's not really much we need to do on the camera right now because marketing is happening, designing is happening. We just really want this product to get developed as quickly as possible. So I'll probably, I'm gonna stop doing this pretty quick because it's actually gonna slow down the amount of time it takes for our product to be finished. So let's just go ahead and skip to the next day. Before we do that though, let's just call in all these people. It is very, very dirty here. So while they're working, I might as well work a little bit more on this. Once we see them leave, then we can go back and we can skip into the next day. Okay, did they leave? They did. Good. So now we just wait. She wants $77 more. Noreen. Well, she is our designer. I'm okay accepting this. Maybe that's what's causing her stress, that she doesn't have enough money, or I don't know. So back into another day. Here we go. We're going to monitor her stress levels and her effectiveness. So it's dropping very quickly. Okay, now it's going to start impacting her effectiveness. How is everyone else's? 243. These guys are all working at really great levels. The only thing which is possibly affecting Mary is that her social is dropping. Oh, well, you know what? What if we... By the way, tab key opens the build mode, which I didn't know until in between last episode and this one. So, just in case you'd like to know that. I would have liked to have known that, and I didn't know it. Let's put this, like, maybe... I want it very close to her. Yeah, we'll put it here. So it's very close to Mary May, so she feels like, oh, maybe people are talking to her. Another day. We're all done. So what was her ending? What was Noreen's ending stress level? That's actually manageable if she's only down to 73%. We can make deal with that. Okay, another day. Another day, and by another day, oh, it's vacation. Good God, that's not good. Well, vacation, hey, that she should come back completely stress-free. So just Tortuga's working on designing. We're still at horrible quality. And I hate to say it, but I really do feel like Noreen is going to be fired at the end of the day. I mean, at the end of the design phase. We don't have enough money to keep going like this much longer. We really, really don't. At 20,000, so we only have one more days of money, so we'll have to take another contract. Let me try to do this one off. Yeah, so actually, maybe what I'll do, I don't think there's anything special that is actually going to happen. Okay, let's do this. Let's just do a quick comparison. We have 2 more days of money, So let's just do a quick comparison of Noreen's stress level. She did come back completely stress-free. How's she going to do with stress today? She's not going to make it the whole day still without getting stressed, or is she? No, 3 o'clock. Nap starting to lose it. By the way, I want to check how's your social level. Oh, good. So vacation really helps. That's great to see. Perfect timing for our vacation then. So she made it basically the whole day without being stressed. So it looks like the stress was accumulating over the course of multiple days. Is Marketing Shell Office Suite really paying off anymore? It looks like the net keeps going more and more negative. Although I have had these strange revivals of sales later on into the product. Anytime we want to see how our product is doing overall, we can go to our releases. Let's show all the ones that we have. So there's only 23 active users now, despite the fact that our marketing is unavoidable, which means I'm going to start marketing accounting tool better. So we'll focus more on marketing accounting tool than Shell Office. We might even terminate the marketing for this. It was a great quality product though. That's something that I would not mind continuing to market. It's a great product, right? And the strange thing is, for being, look at the profit we have is only 1,100 because of all we're spending on sales, on marketing. Yeah, well, we only have 1 day left. What I'm planning to do is let's do this experiment with Noreen. We'll have to wait 2 more days for this to work though, because her stress level didn't go down that much. And let's see how much it is when she comes in. But yeah, we'll have to take a contract. And what I'll do off camera is I'll just take a bunch of contracts. I'll spend maybe all of November just taking contracts the whole day, trying to get as many done, doing all the mini games. We should be looking for horrible things. Those will finish nice and quick. Mediocre. Here we go. Perfect. So this one should finish really quick. For a horrible product, that's not so horrible. That's actually almost like a bad level of quality. And yeah, I'll just take a bunch of contracts to finance our development of this product. And I'll do that off camera because I can do the mini games. We can kind of put the company further ahead. I like to min-max. You can see that it's hard for me to get away from being the most efficient. And the most efficient is working on these while everyone else is sleeping. So because the only way I can do that is through the mini games, and the mini games are probably at this point a little bit tedious, I think I'll just do it off camera. So what we'll try to do before the end of this episode is just kind of view this thing with stress with Noreen, because I think that's a problem that a lot of people are going to have if you're playing, is how to deal with these stressed employees. So it looks like people are back, so we can... Oh, God, I went too far. Develop. The typing game. I wish I could actually speed up the rate the words dropped and the way time was progressing in the background at the same time. But, hey, we're good. Develop, promote. Good. So that'll give us enough to last 1 more day. Now we're really trying to pay attention to Noreen here. Not her office chair. There. Yeah, so her stress level is affecting her much earlier today. It's not so bad. Well, Janine works at 250% the entire day. Well, I don't know if that's a bug, because I don't think the coffee is supposed to affect them beyond a certain point. Yeah, she's going down. She's going down. Okay, she left at 80% today. Now we'd expect, I'm guessing, that this should keep getting worse and... Oh my God, release. We would expect that this keeps getting worse and worse. Okay, so let's do one last test. I will do another contract off. We're up to bad quality. Things are moving pretty quick. Should I end the marketing for this? Should we just throw all of our eggs into one basket, accounting tool? This was a really good release though. I'm just really surprised that more people didn't buy it. And I don't know how much the hard difficulty has to do with this. Probably a lot. Okay. It's hard to say. Really hard to say. We're still only selling 450 units worth. Everything is contract oriented. Speaking of contracts, we got to take another horrible. Here we go. Command line horrible. Accept. And that's more horrible. That's more my definition. Not competent at design work. Oh yeah, let's take her off. The thing is, I'd like for the programmers to work on the programming like this. That's actually one of the benefits of having a contract that you're doing on the side is your programmers who aren't doing anything else. You know what? Let me assign the role to her for just programming. And then when it comes up to the part where I should type the words, I don't have to do that because Janine will take care of it for us. Okay, so let's do it that way. It looks like we're almost done there anyway. So Janine, your new job is only to do programming. Do not impact the development, the design, quality of Accounting Tool. And you are going to be our focus today. You know what? If your stress only goes down to 80% every day, I'm not horrified about that. Your social is not really impacting things quite yet. You know what? We might be squeaking by with exactly the setup we have. Yeah, so she's not doing anything. Good God. Now she's doing something. Very good. Okay, good. So we gave her something to do, which is important. Promote. Good God, we made that product like 50 times better than it needed to be. Good. She's not doing anything, but we can always just get another project for her to work on. So every day, she really likes May. Every day, Janine is just going to be our contract worker. Now, where did Noreen go? Oh, she's down to 0. Okay, so this is it. Oh God, we are actually going to have to take a loan because I didn't get enough contracts out today. Playing around with things, I'm not being very efficient about it, but hey, go drink water. Go drink water. Oh, your social is really high. So I guess maybe somebody was there? Well, oh, we're up to 3 stars. Huh. Financial and off software. Yeah, so we're recognized on the market as having financial stuff, but even though it's not doing anything. And probably the overall release is, our profits are now negative thanks to the marketing. So we're going to end the marketing of that. It's been enough time that no use in doing it any further. We'll just devote our attention to marketing an Accounting Tool. Okay, so now this is interesting. It looks like she relieved a little bit of stress using the restroom. And now she's going to go home. Now we have to make a decision about what to do. I guess I'm just going to take a loan. And that's an aspect of the game I haven't shown you. So the longer amount of time that you have to pay it back, the lower the interest. But the interest doesn't change that much. I mean, the difference is 3.5 to 4.5. Really not that big of a deal. Just a linear scale. So let's just try to pay this back in, let's say, 14 months, which is probably when I expect we'll have the release already done. And let's take it for a monthly interest of 5,000 is not great. I mean, if I just do contract work, we don't have to take a loan at all. Well, we do need to take a loan at least for 1 day. So I'll take it for, I'll take it for 33, which should get us through the point in time when I end this episode, and then I'm able to do contract work off camera. So we'll take that loan. And now we just need to fast forward until the end of the day. I'll take a new contract. And then this time, once we pass midnight, though, okay, Janine wants a raise, fine. I don't mind giving my people better and giving them salary raises. I've never disputed a salary increase. Now, what I want to do is actually see if the cubicles that, actually, let me get all of these. Are these cubicles possibly affecting? What if we give her instead a wall? What if we give her her own room? Now what I think I'm going to do is have the setup the opposite. So she's going to go into the room and sit right at her desk. Which doesn't make sense for cubicles because you want to isolate them as much as possible for cubicles, but because of the door, the walls on the door, as long as she's anywhere in this room, she's fine. So we'll give her a sliding door like that. And it doesn't really make sense in real life. I'm sure you would still have your desk and chair here because it would make sense to go in and then slide into your office spot. But I actually want to use this for a bookcase, so we're going to duplicate this. And we also want a lamp right here they like these lamps, so I'll duplicate these. They're like better quality or whatever. Get that as far over to the side as we can, and there we go. Nice little cozy workspace. Has everything it needs except for one last thing we'd like to do is get a clock in there as well. Let's put it back to normal grid size so it's right in the middle. Oh, I don't like that actually. There. Okay, good. So now this office has everything you need for increasing productivity, and I think the environment is also like extremely good. So 200% environment, and this one is at 200%. We may not have even needed the plant or the lamp or whatever. Like, let's see, if I move this outside, it's still 200% environment. So technically, that's actually good for me to know. I never experimented with that. We could be using overhead lighting. The amount of environment improvement this lamp gives is not there's no benefit. The environment is already at 200%. So what I will be doing instead then is actually using overhead lighting, which I think makes more sense, and it actually gives more lighting as well. Actually, let's compare this. Let's do this actually quickly. So even this lamp, though, provides 400 lux, which I guess is the max that you might need. So it doesn't really matter. We have more than enough light, and we have more than enough environment. So since I already bought this lamp, I'll just use it. Although in the future I might buy the cheaper one. I think the other one's cheaper. Yeah, 20. Nope, they're both 20. So it is completely irrelevant which one of these two I use. Well, it doesn't really make me feel good from a design perspective that there's no optimal, but that's okay. At least there's no wrong decision. Well, oh, contract, of course. That's what we wanted next. One more month of contracts. I just need one contract to get us. Oh, we actually don't need one, so I don't have to do this, but let's see if there's any horrible ones we can pick up. There's a couple horribles that require art skills. I'm not really comfortable with doing those. So we'll take this one instead. And again, as long as I get by this part by the time 8 o'clock rolls around, then Janine is going to program the rest of it, and that's the only thing she's useful for at this point anyway. So I actually don't need to worry about getting much beyond the blue line. Whew. There was a comment, I think from James T. Mac, in the very beginning of this series, that he hopes the late game doesn't slow down. And I would say that we're kind of seeing that the late game does bog down a little bit. We're not even to late game here, but in my opinion, there could be like the marketing decisions and stuff like that. Okay, well, if you play this game the way most people do, you're going to make so much money so quickly. Like, I've set our difficulty a little bit harder, so we're having a little bit... Oh, we're not quite there. So we'll design for just like until 9 o'clock, I guess, to make sure that people aren't focusing on this. But there. Good. Develop, and that'll give Janine something to do, and she just sat down, so that's really good. The interesting question is, will the new office space help Noreen? Let's find out. Okay, release. We're going to do another project just so we can give Janine something else to do. In fact, when I'm off camera, I guess I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have 2 contracts going at the same time, so that while she's doing the programming part of one, I'll be working on the design of the other. And just to make sure that accounting tool is the first priority for our designers, I'll put that up to number 4. Let's see if there's another bad 0% art that we can take. Yeah, right here. Excuse me. So let's get this going. But it'll be interesting to see at the end of the day how Noreen's doing. And we have her down here so we can kind of see how the toll on her stress that the new office environment takes. Is it as high? I see her stress is going up, so it does appear to be, I think it was Night Gamer, who was, I mean the name's not exactly correct, but something like that, who was saying that I think it's actually just due to being a stressful personality, which is a really good catch. Well, we're way over on this. Essentially, Noreen is going to be a stressed out person anyway because she's one tick over towards stress. Now that doesn't seem like it should be impacting her as much as it is. I mean, she's a really social person, but for some reason she doesn't have any social needs. But only having one minor tick from the dead center is actually still making her quite stressed. Yeah, she's neutral, so she doesn't seem to acquire any stress. And Janine is, yeah, on the lazy side. So although what I think I'm seeing here is that you really want lazy employees. That's the way this game is designed, to make you want really lazy employees. Okay, because Noreen, yeah, she's already down to 0%. So it turns out that having her own office did not help us at all. But we will finish 2 contracts a day, so this is good. I'll probably have to do 3 a day off camera. So I don't know what to do about this stress level. I don't know how else we can reduce her stress. I've given her her own office with everything. She's able to do anything else she needs to or wants to. We have given her, I think, everything. So I guess I'll just put a cut in the video here. What I'll be doing off camera is really building up our contract supply, continuing our development. I don't know what expected quality I'm shooting for, great or outstanding, but a very high quality. So we'll wait for almost the full bar to be completed. So there will be a bit of a time lapse before the next one. We'll jump forward. Let's see, it might be as late as June of next year, and that's when I expect we should be more or less releasing this product. So we might be a little bit behind releasing because I'm not very efficient. We're trying to do contracts at the same time. Nonetheless, thanks for watching. We'll be back here soon. We'll get our new product out. And after we release that, I'll probably show the release of another product. And we might bring the series to a close there. I don't know. I mean, that's still like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 more episodes. But my interest in showing the game is to show novel things. I don't like to just get stuck in this pattern of developing software. Because for me, this game is interesting as currently. It's in alpha, I think, right? It's an early access game. I'm very interested in seeing what they can do to make it better, but to really add an edge, some kind of hook towards the end game. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you for the next episode, whenever that is. Until then, take care.